Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Hassan and today I will be presenting my project on UX design storytelling for a language learning app. Let me begin by introducing you to the persona that I created for this project. Her name is Isabella Cooper. Isabella is 29 years old, originally from Pakistan, and she has been living in Berlin, Germany for the past few years. She speaks both Urdu and English fluently, but German has been a challenge for her. Learning German is important for Isabella, not only because she wants to feel more confident in her daily life, but also because she wants to perform better in professional meetings and advance her career in IT. The problem for Isabella is that she currently has to use many different tools to try and meet her goals. She relies on Google Translate for quick translations, flashcards for memorizations, and app like Duolingo for a structured practice. But switching between so many platforms feels tiring and disconnected. What she truly needs is one platform where she can learn vocabulary, practice speaking, and track her progress in a way that feels natural, motivating, and enjoyable. Her motivation is clear. She wants a better life in Germany, she wants a career growth, and she wants to build a confidence in speaking German fluently. Now, when Isabella tested our prototype, she faced several challenges that gave us a valuable insight. She found that the initial Google setup quite simple, but the buddy step kept repeating itself, which was confusing. The login flow without an email option also felt unusual to her. When she encountered check marks, she assumed that multiple choices were allowed, but in reality, only one could be selected, which was misleading. She also struggled to find clear options to add or organize vocabulary. Even creating and naming a new deck wasn't obvious. And in some cases, user couldn't find the option at all. On the top of that, some buttons were unclear or not clickable, and the use of radio buttons left her feeling lost. All of this made the overall experience frustrating. Now let's move to another slide. To address these issues, I mapped out two main user flows. The first user flow represented the sign up and login process, showing how Isabella or any user would move through these steps and reach the home screen successfully. The second user flow focused on the core functionality of the app, adding vocabulary, creating new decks, and generating flashcards. This flow also included the option to add words manually or with the help of AI, and it allowed users to customize and organize their decks in a way that suited them. From these user flows, I moved on to wireframes. The first wireframe captured the login process and helped visualize how users would enter the app. The second wireframe illustrated the vocabulary and tech features such as uploading words, generating a new deck, and creating flashcards. These wireframes served as the foundation for building the prototype. Here are the prototype processes which you can see in the upcoming slides here. Now we are moving to the usability test plan. Once the prototype was ready, I conducted usability testing. I designed both direct tasks and scenario based tasks to understand how users interacted with the app. The direct tasks included signing up for a new account, completing a lesson, adding a new word manually, and creating a new deck. In the scenario task, users had to apply these features to more realistic situations. So the testing revealed several challenges. Some buttons were either not clear or not clickable, leaving users uncertain about what to do next. The radio buttons were confusing as users were not sure how to interact with them. Uploading vocabulary and forming new decks proved difficult. and overall the flow of the app did not feel smooth or intuitive. These issues highlighted important areas where the design could be improved. Now we can see our usability test report. According to this usability test report, based on the feedback, I made a number of changes to the prototype. The prototype can be seen in the next slide. I connected more frames so that the flow felt continuous and users had a better sense of direction. I added separate frame especially for creating a new deck, making the process more visible and straightforward. I improved customization options by adding clearer actions like changing layout and add cards, and I placed these options directly on the deck screen so users wouldn't have to search for them. I replaced confusing review buttons with similar selections bar, which made choosing options feel easier and more intuitive. I've also polished the overall interaction design by updating buttons and labels to make sure users always understood what action they were about to take. Through this process, I learned some important lessons about UX design. The sign up process should always be quick and simple because if users get stuck at the very beginning, they might leave the app entirely. Each step in the user journey should be clear and easy to follow. Without unnecessary interruptions and confusing elements, users need confirmation screens to reassure them that they have successfully completed a task. Onboarding should be short, simple, and helpful so users feel guided and confident. And finally, it is important to keep only one clear action on each screen to avoid overwhelming and misguiding users. So looking ahead, there are several next steps I plan to take in developing this app. First, it is important to build out the full functionality so that users can test it properly and give more meaningful feedback. Second, I want to include a buddy module that allows users to practice speaking with a partner or even with an AI buddy, because real conversation is critical for building confidence in a new language. Third, I plan to improve the visual design by refining the logo and the background to create a more polished and professional look that matches the purpose of the app. To summarize, this project was about understanding Isabella's real struggles with learning German and designing an app that addresses those needs. It taught me the importance of designing for clarity, simplicity, and motivation, especially in the context of language learning where confidence and practice are so important. By focusing on these principles, we can create a tool that not only teaches vocabulary but also empowers users to use that vocabulary in real life with confidence and ease. Thank you so much for listening.